Okay, this is the final boss fight against Zeus on God of War 2 on Titan mode difficulty. You've noticed that I immediately have accessed or started using the Rage of the Titans. I like to use about half of it, or until I get about half my life gone. In this case, I use a little bit more than half. But what's going on here is there's 4 separate forms of him in this boss fight. And the first one, you're using the Blade of Olympus against him. In the second fight, you're using the chains. And then the third fight, it's the same exact, it's like a duplicate of this fight here. And the fourth form is similar to the second form, although he does have a like a magic barrier around him at first. So you do need to get the timing right with these lightning bolts. And once you get the lightning bolt thrown back at him, he will fall down and emit health and a magic drop. And you always, after that, you have to double jump and like hover over him, because he's going to dash charge at you, which is going to take a ton of damage from you. Whenever you see the magic, and I got really lucky there. I just kind of froze up. Sometimes you just do stuff you don't know why you're doing it, and sometimes it works out for you. So he doesn't always fall over right away once you deflect the lightning bolt back at him, but he will eventually, even if it takes like 3 tries. So when you see those drops, double jump over and hover, and then do some more melee attacks. He's not a hard boss. It's just that on Titan mode, things can get really hectic when he's dealing damage to us and he's almost killing us in like 1 or 2 hits. So he'll grab you here. It's an unavoidable grab. You're not getting damaged. But what I like to do is immediately activate the Rage of the Titans and just use as much magic as I can here. Because this is a very long battle, and that move right there is done by, after you do a combo with the Rage of the Titans, you press the L1 button and it does that huge explosive wave. So I've ran out of the Rage of the Titans, so I'm just kind of using my magic sparingly. I don't like to drop below half of the magic, because there's 2 more forms after this. So you will know that you have subdued him when he does this drunken shamble away, and you have to very rapidly tap on the O button here to do this. You're gonna have to do this twice, and there's 0 checkpoints in this fight, but it's very manageable once you get the pattern down. And he's not hard. It's just that Titan mode's very unforgiving, and you can mess up very easily, and in the blink of an eye, just almost be dead. So I also want to mention when he's punching at you, you can block and or parry the first 2 punches, but the third one you cannot block it, nor can you parry it. And if you're not at full health, the likelihood is that you'll probably be dead. If you are at full health, you might have like 1 little hit left. So you really have to be cautious of that. He does another thing where he throws a ground charge at you. It's pretty easy just to jump over it or dodge roll away from it when you see it. He telegraphs it very openly by holding his arms up like that. So just jump out of the way. It's very easy to dodge. And just get these parries down. It takes a little bit of practice once you first start this boss, because he throws them pretty damn quickly. Just always prepare to double jump and hover once you have got him kneeled down for a moment. And this third phase of the fight, I consider this like, okay, so 1, 2, and then dodge roll away, because that one, if it hit me, it would have been disastrous. So this fight, as I was saying before that, is that this phase of the fight anyway, is I'm trying to make up for all the lost health and magic orbs and all the Rage of the Titans. So basically I'm just trying to get back some of the stuff I lost during this fight, and also trying not to get hit too much. There's no real moves. I mean, it's all the same stuff every time. So bam. See how I parried that first punch? That immuned me from the second punch and that devastating third punch. So if you're comfortable parrying, go for it. See, I parried again. I actually parry a lot in this. You can also like block the first one and then parry the second one, and then press the square button to do the parry attack. But if you don't, sometimes things are going so fast here that sometimes you'll parry. It's like and you don't press the button in time, and then he will hit you. So it's a devastating blow. So you really got to be careful of that. Basically, this is I went pretty aggressive this time. The last guide, when I made this guide, and originally I was kind of went for like a cowardly approach, although it was very safe approach and it was effective, but it just was kind of cowardly and I wasn't proud of it. If you really want to, you don't have to even melee him at all. You can just like circulate around this map and just fling the thunderbolts back at him. And you don't have to interact with any of his punches if you're not around them. Just get out of the way and just let him do his 1-2-3 combo. I would say that he is pretty damn hard. And I know that sounds like contradictory because I said he wasn't hard, but this guy is actually, I've had more problems with him than on the final form of Zeus in the next game. So it just kind of depends how good you are. Your reflexes have to be spot on here, and I mean spot on. I mean, you really can't afford to mess up here, especially when you're on phase 3 and the pressure's on and everything's riding on your success. So that's his, he's going to grab us again, that's unavoidable. And now we're on the 4th form of him. And see, he's got an electric barrier around him, and I decided to just use the Atlas Quake to do some area damage to him. But I don't think it would turn out to be as effective as if I had been using Kronos' Rage. So it was something I regretted a little bit, but I know these hits got a lot of damage off of him. The thing is, you can't really hit him, although I tried to hit him once. It's fine to hit him with the Rage of the Titans activated on, but I think I swiped at him once or twice, or I got too close or something, and I paid for it. But I have a significant life, so this is kind of the same thing with the Barbarian boss battle, where you got a barrier around him, and you just got to destroy the barrier, and then he's going to be the same exact dude that he was in phase 2. So it actually was a real quick victory there. So all you need to do is just take him out here. I took him out with the Rage of the Titans activated. So this is really hardcore shit. A really awesome victory, and I'll show you where the checkpoint is. Because there is another little sequence where you need to press, I think, 3 QuickTime buttons and do some more mashing of the circle buttons. So just don't worry if you've done very well. This was a really good run for me. I was really proud of it. He's going to summon a bunch of lightning bolts once you get down here. And this part right here that you're looking at, this is the checkpoint. So if you fail, it's not anything you fail here, because this is really super easy. But he'll say he's going to lay down his arms right here, and then I always fail this. I mean, I get it eventually. I just never can get it on like the first time. It usually takes me a couple of tries. And the reason is I'm watching the action, and because it's really exhilarating action. It's suspenseful, and it's thrilling stuff that's going on with this fight. And I'm just pressing the buttons too late, or pressing the wrong button.
I will release you from your life, my son, but your torment is just beginning.
So to get these button presses right, just kind of focus your eyes in the middle of the screen, kind of ignore the action, because you got to get this down to win the game. It's not hard. It's not really difficult. I mean, there might be one more button press. Let's see if there is. Yeah, one more, and then you have to very, very rapidly tap this circle button. And if you don't, you're going to fail, and you're going to have to start by the checkpoint. So it's not a huge setback. It's just a little inconvenience. So that's the battle. And then we're going to have this long cutscene, and I will see you guys in the next video.
I do not wish to fight you, Kratos, but I will defend Olympus.
Know this, my son. You have started a war you cannot possibly win. The fates have already deemed me victorious.
No, Kratos! Stop!
No!
Why do you sacrifice yourself?
To save Olympus.
I do not seek to destroy Olympus, only Zeus.
Zeus is Olympus.
He brought this to himself.
Because of fear, Kratos. A fear felt by his father, Kronos. A fear that wrought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you. His own son.
His son?
Just as Zeus was compelled to destroy his father, Kronos. You are compelled to do the same. No son should destroy his own father.
No, I have no father.
God our believed a god will deny you, Kratos. They will protect Zeus. Zeus must live so that Olympus will prevail.
If all on Olympus will deny me my vengeance, then all on Olympus will die. I have lived in the shadow of the gods for long enough. The time of the gods has come to an end.
Remember, Kratos, you have the power to control time itself.